Hi, welcome to the Great Margarita Hunt. I'm Jenny, and we are on the hunt for the very best margarita in the whole world. And we've done a really good job of covering some places in the world. We've been working on North America, but we are looking at you to tell us where we should come find a great margarita. Now, if it's at your home, let us know about it down below, and you can meet up with us. We can do this here together and tell us how to make that great margarita. And if it's at a restaurant or a bar near you, please comment down below and tell us where you would nominate the very best margarita. If you don't know, we could show up and we'll let you know. If you want to, you could join us. We'll have that margarita together. We like to think that having those margaritas is like, our part of just having fun and building relationships with people. Whether it's a margarita or some people prefer a beer or getting a cup of coffee, it's still about spending time with each other and enjoying each other. And for us, margaritas is a great way to do that. So that's what we're doing and looking for the very best one, the greatest margarita. So today we are going to look at some more recipes, and it's summertime, it's been hot. So what are some fruits that are in season? Well, let's take a look at what we're going to look at today. So we're going to take a look at a peach. We're going to do a frozen peach margarita. Peaches are wonderful in the summer, aren't they? And then we're going to look at a blood orange margarita. So blood orange margaritas, or blood oranges, are in season, I believe it's between December and May. So we're a little past that right now, right in the perfect peach season. And so our peaches were a little more ripe than the blood oranges we got, but I'm going to cut into one and let you see that. And then we're going to do the blood orange with a little tahini rim. That's a little spice on it. And I'm going to cut one open so you can see the inside, see what the difference is. We're going to also try, I didn't show you what tequila we're using today. We're going to use this new Partida. It's a Blanco tequila, no additives in this one. This is the first time we will have tried this one. And we're going to add Cointreau when we put the frozen peach margarita together. We're going to use it in both. We'll use it in the blood orange and in the peach. So ready? Let's get started. So I'm going to start first with the frozen peach margarita. So let me show you that recipe. We're going to use 4 cups of ice, 15 ounces of peach slices, or that's about 3 large peaches cut up, 5 ounces of we're going to use the Partida, but the tequila Blanco, 2 ounces of agave, 3 ounces of fresh lime juice, and we're going to blend it all up. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be really good. These peaches were perfect when I cut them up. So I know this is going to be good. We're also going to try something a little different. I don't know if you've been watching these margarita shows with me, then I've been playing around with this margarita. This margarita. Well, yeah, I've been playing around with a lot of margaritas. That's the truth. But I've been playing around with this Ninja blender, and I like it a lot. But just different things. I was worried it'd be too loud for you. Evidently, my mic cuts out. It's not so bad. But how to put the ice in and make it work. And I don't know. It's worked really well for me before, but somehow when I get in front of the camera, things just go a little funny. So today, I'm going to try putting the ice in first and then pouring things on top. If you have a better way of doing that, you let me know. But that's what I'm going to go with today. So I'm going to put in 4 cups of ice. Now, honestly, usually I just use these little measurements on the side to decide what 4 cups is because it says cups, so I figure it knows. But I've also measured using this little plastic cup, and each one of these is more like 1.5. That's about 3. Now, if you haven't figured this out yet, I try to measure things for you so you can reproduce this, but otherwise, I'm a little bit like a pinch of this, a pinch of that, not too particular about it. Want to make it balanced and everything, but I don't want to be too concerned with it. But right now, that should be, in fact, you know what? It says 5 actually, but it's pretty close with that 4 cups of ice. So we're going to do the 15 ounces of peach slices. Now, I measured this. This is about 2 cups. Like I said, really, this is a wonderful peach. I hope you like peaches. I do. Lovely peach. Now, you could have used some canned peaches or frozen peaches. I just couldn't resist these fresh peaches that we've had around here lately. They're wonderful. So that's what we're going with. And 5 ounces, so this is going to be, that sweet is going to be wonderful with this. You know what? Let me use this. So this is that jigger I like that has 1.5 on it. So that's 1.5. That'll be 3. That'll be 4.5. And like I said, we're not going to be too picky about it, but that should get us to 5. Okay, and we need the 2 ounces of agave. So let me get that for you. If you remember, I like to use, it's here in front of me. Okay, I like using the agave light. I use an organic one that I get locally, and I like this because it doesn't compete with the flavors of whatever it is I'm mixing up. So again, this is 1.5 and a little bit more. And you know, agave syrup, tequila goes really well together, right? Because they both come from agave. And we want 100% of agave in our tequila, 100% in our syrup as well. Okay, and now 3 ounces of fresh squeezed lime juice, right? I keep saying I'm going to get that t-shirt, but fresh squeezed lime juice only. So let's use this again. And we did this, literally, it's very fresh. So here we go, 3 ounces. You know what, I think I have to, when I first started trying to mix up different recipes, I mean, other than just doing the traditional margarita, I would think, why am I adding lime juice to everything? But it really balances it out right. I think the lime juice really brightens it up a little bit. You know what, I didn't do my glass yet. I thought this looked like a fun glass. So let me put a little rim on here. So I can put on my peach one, I'm gonna put a little of that chili salt, but I'm just going to put it on half right now. You could try salt, or I think I would probably like the sugar one on the peach one. I think that would be a good idea too. But here we go. So let's see if I can get this right today. Here we go. Oh, look at that. First try. Aren't we doing great? Now here we go. We're going to blend this up pulse it a couple times. Have you ever had a peach milkshake? This is going to be the right kind. This is an adult peach milkshake. I think we're pretty close, but there's couple of chunks in here. Let me get this. Okay, let's try one more good thrashing. Okay, so I know you're thinking, I've got more than I can put in this one glass, right? Well, I knew I was gonna like this, and I figured one might not be enough. So, but I'm gonna share just one with you, and then if you wanna come over later, we'll finish the rest of these. Let me tell you, this is a perfect color. I hope you like peach. I do. This is going to be yummy. Really, really good. Okay, we're gonna put this to the side. It's very tempted to go ahead and try it, but I'm gonna give myself a minute and wait so we can get the blood orange going. Okay, so for the blood orange, I want you to see this. I went ahead and saved this on purpose. I thought, well, what's the difference between a blood orange and a navel orange? So first of all, my navel orange was really big. And then here's the blood orange, and you can tell they look, even if the orange was different, it looks different. It's a smoother skin. And then, like I said, the blood oranges that I had weren't quite as ripe as I would like. And so, in fact, some of them, I forgot to take the little sticker off, some of these were not as red inside as I was expecting them to be, because they call it blood orange because it looks bloody. All right, so let me cut into this. Oh, good. Now, that was actually just luck of the orange right there. So you'll see it looks dark red in there. I'm not going to think too much about it because it might gross me out, but it definitely does squeeze a little red. But some of them were not quite as red, and some of them did not produce as much juice. I rolled them like you do a lime. I rolled it back and forth on the counter to try to get a little more juice out of it. But just for comparison, you see a great big, oh look, and this one's even a good juicy one. A regular orange, look at that, obviously very different. So the taste of this is going to be a little more tart, and I'm going to add a little sugar to it to balance that out a little bit. But this would also be good later in the year, earlier in the year, I'm sorry, like, I don't know, December, when it comes out. They're usually in ripe December to May. Okay, so let me get this out. So we squeezed, I had to squeeze, let me see, make sure I got it right. It's 6 ounces of the blood orange juice. And I'm going to show this to you on the screen. Here's the recipe. We used 4 ounces of tequila, 2 ounces of orange liqueur, but 6 ounces of fresh blood orange juice. And then 3 ounces of fresh lime juice. We're going to use a pinch of sugar, a little bit of salt on my rim, and then garnish with lime. So I'll go ahead and do that salt on the rim. But I was telling you about this when I was making the juice. I had planned on being able to get a couple ounces out of each orange, and I was pushing that on some of them. So I ended up using 4 blood oranges to get the 6 ounces. And that's what I came up with here. So you can see a couple of them weren't quite as dark red as some of the others, but it worked out fine. So, okay, so we're going to use the 4 ounces of tequila. Let me get this. We're going to use this Partida again. I'm interested to try this, so we're going to do the 4 ounces on this. Here we go. And again, no no additives. I actually should have done that other side. A little bit more. There we go. And tell you what I think. Now, you know, there's lots of people who are tasting tequila, and I like sipping on good tequila, but usually I want it in the margarita, and so I'm not so much offering notes and things on tequilas, but I have noticed that a better tequila, especially one with no additives, I have some favorites. We've already tried some of those. It makes a better margarita too. So anyway, that's why I like pointing out if we can find one with no additives, I like telling you about it. Okay, so we have the tequila. I need the 2 ounces of the orange liqueur. We're going to use the Cointreau again. And if you'll recall, we have that first video where we talked about the different orange liqueurs. There's just a little. And I liked Cointreau and Grand Marnier the best out of all of them. I use the other ones too, but I prefer the Cointreau and the Grand Marnier. And we're going to now use the 6 ounces of the I said fresh. That sounds gross. I'm not going to say it that way. The fresh blood orange juice. Make sure I get that together the right way. So all 6 ounces of that are going in there. And then the 3 ounces of the fresh lime juice. Here we go. Remember, only freshly squeezed lime juice. So we're going to use 3 of that. There we go. And then a pinch of the sugar. And when I use sugar in a shaker like this, I use literally, what's this refined sugar I've told you about before? You just blend it in a blender, or a food processor will work too. And then I keep it in a little container like this. But you can buy it that way. Sometimes they call it castor sugar, but it's just a little more refined. It shakes up better. A glass with salt. We've already done that. And here we're going to garnish with the lime. So here we go. Let me get some ice in here. And I expect this one is going to be a little more tart. A little more in there. I was reading about someone, a famous bartender, and they were saying the size of the ice really matters. Well, I haven't started measuring it yet, but I'm hoping this one's big enough. We'll find out. Okay, here we go. All that fancy stuff, this is my exercise for the day. So if you have some moves, you can tell me about it. Okay. Tell me about your shaker moves for your margarita. Here we go. Now you see, you can tell, I mean, I think it looks a little bit like a ruby red grapefruit, doesn't it? Has a little bit of that tartness of a grapefruit. Think about all that we just put in there, 6 ounces. Now there's enough in here, but I mean, it's a bigger margarita glass too, but I wouldn't have gotten 3 out of that. Okay, which one should we try first? The peach, right? Yes, we're gonna try the peach. Here we go. I'm gonna try it without the chili rim first. It's desserts what this is. Now I'm going to try it with the chili rim. Here we go. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Well, to be fair, those peaches are really, really good. So I could probably do pretty much anything with them, and I would have liked them. But I had a peach margarita back during the pandemic when we were going around buying margaritas and bringing them home. And I didn't like it. So I wasn't sure about this. I like this. It tastes healthy, like a smoothie in the morning. I think I like it best with a little bit of the chili on the rim because it gives a little balance to that. It's not too sweet. And so I would say that's pretty perfect for a fruit margarita. It's really good. I'm going to probably give it a 4, maybe a 3.5 to a 4. It's not my very absolute favorite, which would be a 5, but I like it and it's good. If you watch enough of these, you can tell when I really, really like it. When it's, okay. All right. So here's the blood orange. Here we go. I'm going to try it without anything on the rim first. It does have a little bit more of a taste like grapefruit, or a little bit on there, not too much. It's not too tart. The little bit of sugar in there balanced it out. I would say this Partida Blanco was nice in this. I like that. I can see how that blended well with this. I think I don't know, the peaches were really good. I like the little bit of, no, you know what? I don't like the salt with that, actually. I thought at first I did. I have maybe too much going there on the side. I'm going to say this is good. If you really like blood oranges, I would go for this. If you weren't really big on blood oranges, I would pass it. If you like peaches, I would try this. If you don't like peaches, come back and let's watch the next one. We'll come up with some other recipes for you. Me, I'm going to finish this one. Now, if you have some recipes that you would like to share with us, please comment below and let us know, or tell us where we can go find one of the best margaritas. Please like and subscribe. We're going to keep going. We are on the hunt, and the hunt continues. Please come back.